What's up, people? I'm Vernon Kid here, coming to you again with my comic book review. How's everybody doing out there? Got a huge list this time, guys. Like I said, got a big pull list. Got 14 books for you, and we're gonna get started real fast. So let's jump right into this, okay? So first, we're gonna start off with DC, and let's kick it off with none other than the Dark Knight himself, Batman. Batman: The Dark Knight. Finally, David Finch's The Dark Knight #3. As you guys would already know, David Finch is one of my favorite artists, and I like his take on Batman. It's very interesting, very cool. Just it's taken a long time to come out, um, but not a bad take for so far. What I did like, David Finch artwork works well with Batman. I must say that right off the bat, and it was good to see Etrigan. So I'm gonna give that way. Etrigan was in this comic, so it was good to see the Demon. Uh, all in all, it was really good, not bad, but still, Mr. Finch is it's taking a little long for this book to come out. But all in all, it was good stuff, not bad. Okay, move on next. Red Robin, #25. Uh, Tim teams up with Cassandra Cain, aka Black Bat, in this book. Uh, Tim is doing a good job as solo. Don't always have Bruce by his side or anything like that, and as well being a good, as quote unquote, as my friend Blue Goblin Sensei says, good espionage, covert hero. Very good. The story was very compelling, very interesting. Uh, but of course, the last issue we left off, the big cliffhanger was Tim gonna get some before he died, but they left us hanging. It didn't happen. I'll give that away. But I must say, the ending of this series, of the book, was like the last few words that Tim says in the book, and I won't spoil that for you. Just gotta pick it up to understand what I'm talking about. But Red Robin 25 is good. Can't wait to see that next issue, most definitely. But it was good stuff, really good stuff. All right, move on to Teen Titans, #97. A Titan is Born. JT Cruel still does an excellent job with the Titans. This is the final story with the Titans fighting Rancor. Uh, very good, very good ending. Very good big fight sequence between the young heroes and the villain known as Rancor in this. This book shows off how good of a leader Tim is. Yes, Tim is in this book. He is Red Robin. He's good. He very much establishes how the team deals with enemies in terms of who's the powerhouses. Who goes off to the front line to take the first fight blows. Who's more of the distraction of the team, who is more of to occupy the enemy as well. Tim does a very good job as team leader in this book. He is basically, Wonder Girl gave it back to him. She was leader for a while, but she gave it back to him once Tim came back to the team. And uh, Solstice here very much does a great job as well. She is really becoming very intriguing, and I really want to know more about her character. Uh, but there's still a little tension between her and Raven, because her powers affect Raven's powers in a way that basically we all should know. But it's very good, not bad. Mr. Cruel does a good job still telling the Titans. Can't wait to next issue because next issue brings the return of Superboy Prime. Yeah. All right, guys. Um, gonna talk about a book that is gonna left us anticipating in a way, and that's none other than Green Lantern number 67, War of the Green Lanterns, the conclusion. This is what we all been waiting for, right? Jeff Johns, excellent book. Excellent freaking book. Wow. I was impressed. I was very much impressed. This is how an epic Green Lantern story should go. Go for a knockout. Go for a KO. And that's what it did. It really did. The fights in this between Krona and the Lanterns was great. The dialogue between Krona and uh, uh, Gathled, one of the Guardians, was great. Uh, all the dialogue between just the Lanterns, Hal and and Kyle and things like that, excellent. Uh, but that cliffhanger at the end of this book was like, whoa! Even in between that, just things happen in this book. You're like you almost like, no, you didn't, Jeff Johns. You just did that. I can't believe that. But ultimately, it now makes me intrigued more of the whole relaunch of Lanterns. What's going to happen now? And I'm even more interested in next week when the aftermath of this of the War of Green Lanterns comes out. Uh, but also, I gotta say this right off the bat, guys. What a bunch of small, big-headed pieces of shit the Guardians are. They are utterly the most emotionless, non-functioning, and when I mean non-functioning, I just mean that I'm just throwing words out, disillusional bastards that pretty much we all been saying. These guys don't give a damn. And that, my friends, is something that you just want to take one of these Guardians, just go shake the shit out of them. Because that's how they came off in this book. But Green Lanterns, number 67, the conclusion. Very good. Very good indeed. Okay. Tony Bedard writes the 61 issue of Green Lantern Corp. Badass cover. Got John Stewart up there looking badass, looking kind of demonic. John Stewart kills another Green Lantern, and he'd do it again. What This is really the beginning of the aftermath of the last book. But I looked at this book and I was like, is this supposed to be? I'm thinking like when I first saw this cover, I'm thinking John was going to be put on trial by the Guardian, just so there's going to be like a big trial and everything like that, and they were going to deem him if he wasn't worthy, and if they found him guilty, things like that. They were going to take his ring away, things like that. But it's just a story that just kind of is out there. It's just a story that just makes you say, okay, he's kind of coping with the death of Mogo. A lantern that comes along that was just formed comes along, and he kind of trying to show her the ropes, basically. That's all this book is. So that's all the DC that I had. Now my comic book store ran out of Emperor Green Lantern and Captain Cold, the Flashpoint stories. They will reorder it they're going to reorder it for me and they'll put it in my pull box. But they only had a short amount, and well, things happen. So I'll definitely review that next week. So let's move on to Marvel, and we'll start it off with my boy, my number one hero of all time, Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, number 665. One more issue before the whole Spider Island. This is a very, very good book. This was a very good story. Dan Slott does a great job on this book. It's just the telling of basically the relationship and friendship between Peter and Betty Bryant. Brant, however you want to pronounce her name. It just shows you how good of a friend she is. Peter goes on and tells how he had a crush on her when he first started working for the Bugle, things like that. They show off that they have a routine that they go through, uh, every Friday or so. Uh, Something happens to Betty in this book, and it's just the whole concept, Peter doing the right thing. That's all this is. Just a nice one-shot soul story for us before the big Spider event that's coming up. But it was touching. It was very touching, very cool, and I enjoyed it very much. All right, uh, Alpha Flight number 2 of 8. Remember, guys, this is a maxi series. Fred Van Lent and Greg Pak on this book together. That writing tag team duo, people. Very good. There's a traitor amongst the original team of the members of Alpha Flight, and that member basically kind of destroys them from the inside, even gets them captured. Now, I won't say who it is, and as you can see on the cover, you see Guardian here fighting for his life. Uh, what I will tell you is it's probably somebody you wouldn't think of, or you would just be like, what? But what I will tell you is a member of the team does come back in this book. Um, Now you got to think about the original team. I mean, now, for all those that are reading Alpha Flight, uh, you should know who I'm talking about, because there's one member of the team, original team, that wasn't started in the book when it first came out. But if you're reading Alpha Flight, you love Alpha Flight, you should pick this up. Not bad. Fred Van Lent, Greg Pak do a great job once again, and can't wait to see what comes next in this book and how the team is going to deal with being betrayed by one of their own. All right. Now, the next book, guys, is something that I know a lot of people were, when they first saw the preview or teaser of it, they were like, "What the fuck?" Black Panther, Man Without Fear, number 521. Yes, you see the cover. David Liss does this right, the book, and we see the cover. You see the cover of the American Panther. I'm going to spoil a little bit for you guys. This is not T'Challa. There you go. So all the Panther fans out there that were worried this was T'Challa, it's not him. An enemy, an old enemy from the Avengers past, comes back and causes some trouble for Panther. And this is also during the aftermath of what happened with Ben when he was chosen as one of the chosen. Uh, but it's not Panther. It's not T'Challa, people. And T'Challa has his hands full in this book. Not bad at all. Just wants to know who. I want to know who this is and what's going to happen when him and Panther cross paths. So guys, I'm gonna be back. I told you this was gonna be really big. So I'm gonna be back with the next part and the final feud. So I'll be right back.